The Los Angeles Lakers are absolutely pathetic. Here they find themselves in the same situation the Boston Celtics are in. With a 3-2 lead, going back to Game 6 to the opponent's home court, well, they will both probably lose and they'd be forced to play a Game 7. But what's even worse in the Boston Celtics is that the Lakers, if they find themselves in that position and going into a Game 7, they will be flirting with history and not on the right side of history. If they go to a Game 7 and lose, they will be the first team in NBA history to ever lose a series after going up 3-0. And I'm telling you this, the Lakers are so disappointing that they could not come back to crypto for Game 5 and close this series. The Houston Rockets kicked their front door down, took their cookies, stomped on the floor mat, drove off in their own vehicle out the driveway, leaving skid marks. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They couldn't close it out in Game 4. And I thought, okay, yeah, they should have, but you know what happens. You know, they kind of just, teams kind of do this. They fail to close teams out in the closeout games, but they usually go home. They got all the energy. The bench is there. The crowd is there. The arena's going to be booming. All the shots are going to be falling. They're going to run away to a victory and close it 4-1. Nope. Absolutely not. The Houston Rockets, again, seem to be the more desperate team, the more tactical team, the more precise team. Yet again. And you know the funny thing is, when you think about it, when you actually think about it, the Lakers have been outplayed for 3 straight games. When you think about it, this series should actually be 3-2 advantage Houston Rockets when you think about what happened in Game 3 when the Rockets pretty much had it in the bag and let it slip in the final minute, maybe final 30 seconds of the game. I don't remember the exact time, but basically they let it slip in the waning moments of the game. It really should be 3-2 when you think about it. Lakers should be ashamed of themselves, man. Austin Reeves comes back from his injury. In the beginning, it was looking good. Dude hit like a 3-point shot from like 4 or 5 feet behind the basket. I was like, all right, this is it. AR is back. Seems like he's hitting early. Nope. He ends up going like 4 for 16 or something like that. LeBron couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. Well, actually, I was surprised when they read LeBron's stats at the end of the game because it didn't feel like he had, 25 points. It didn't feel like that at all because all I can remember is him clunking so many threes and missing so many bunnies and layups at the rim. That's all I actually remember from LeBron James. DeAndre Ayton, who seems to be, throughout the season, he was one of the, what's the word I want to use? Scapegoats for the Lakers every time they lost was DeAndre Ayton. And I've always said, hey, he just doesn't get touches. DeAndre Ayton is pretty solid. Yet again, DeAndre Ayton has been pretty damn good this series and was the best player on the floor for the Lakers by far with 18 points and 17 rebounds. They should have looked for DeAndre Ayton more. He shot 9-14 from the field. That's way better than what anybody else did in purple and gold. They should have kept feeding DeAndre. It's what they should have keep running those plays they like to run, those 1-2 pass screen, boom, alley-oop, whatever they do. Yeah. More of that, please. Take advantage of that, please. Oh boy. The Lakers are the better team. And part of me feels like the addition to Austin Reeves might have jacked up the chemistry just a little bit. Now, honestly, I wouldn't be saying that if Austin Reeves just would have hit his shots. He went 4 for 16, 2 for 8 from 3. If AR shoots even 45% from the field, we're probably talking about a whole different story right now, if I'm going to be honest with you. But with the addition of Austin Reeves back in the lineup, of course, that's going to affect the other players that's been eaten, like Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, Rui. Those guys aren't going to have as many touches anymore, obviously. The addition of Austin Reeves pretty much threw Luke Kennard out. He had a big offer. He had 1 point, but he didn't hit any field goals because now his role changed again. So now in his very limited touches, he has to make sure he hits. He's not going to be getting 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 shots a game anymore. So now he's looking at anywhere between 4 to 10 shots, so he has to capitalize on them. And he's not going to be able to establish a rhythm if he doesn't come out with one. So that's something you got to take into consideration now. The Lakers are abysmal, man. Horrible defense, crappy defense. And the Houston Rockets, the actual offensively challenged team, were actually hitting their three-pointers and jumpers this game. I was flabbergasted. The Lakers shot like mid-20s from three. Rockets were 35, 14 for 40. And that was the big difference. The Rockets were hitting their three-point shots. And they were getting open looks. I mean, to be fair, they were passing that ball around. They had the Lakers defense scrambling. They were penetrating, passing the ball around the perimeter, and inside out. Getting it to Şengün. The Lakers kept doubling Şengün when he was penetrating, and he was finding the open players. And if they had to do an extra swing, they do an extra swing. But they were tactical. They were carving the Lakers defense up. They were. And I thought the Lakers were actually overreacting. I didn't feel it was a need to double team Şengün. I wouldn't. Let him get his buckets and keep those other guys in check. But now you're giving those guys confidence. They had confidence coming into this game. And they were booming with confidence. Now, collectively, they're all hitting three-point shots. Şengün's numbers aren't going to jump out at you. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. They're not. But he played a hell of a game. He made the right reads. He was controlling the flow and the tempo of that offense and making the Lakers defense collapse and always finding the shooter. And that guy, he be looking, unorthodox as hell sometimes with his little slow Euro step. And sometimes, he even traveled one time, but just really slow and unorthodox. And I just feel like, man, you just got yourself caught in a trap, and somehow he gets a shot up or passes the ball out. It works. Jabari Smith Jr., stroking. 3-point shots. Stroking. Amen Thompson, probably not his best game of the series, but he maintained his aggressiveness. And I really like his game. I like how aggressive Amen Thompson is. I do. And Reed Sheppard, 2 big plays in the fourth quarter when the Lakers were making that run, including a steal on LeBron James. That's why when I made my last video after the results of Game 4, I was like, I can't believe how Reed Sheppard has been struggling shooting the basketball for quite some time, because when I look at his mechanics, his shot really does look good. But now it's starting to fall these last 2 games. And those Rockets players are young. They're not going to be gassed out. I'm worried about some of these Lakers players as this series goes on and gets longer, about those energy levels. The Rockets only played 3 players from their bench. And honestly, the contributions were solid given the minutes and the shot attempts. This Houston Rockets team is confident as hell. And they know they should be up 3-2 right now. They know they gave away a game. They know that. I'm sure that's all over the locker room. So the Lakers better get it together, execute better, stop turning the ball over so many damn times. But that's going to be hard to do when you got LeBron James on your team. And to even a lesser degree, Austin Reeves, you're going to get a lot of turnovers. Sloppy passes, bad passes. Pathetic. I don't even know why I'm getting worked up, because honestly, I'm getting worked up because they're the better team and they should have put this series to bed already. But when you think about it, no matter who comes out of this series, they're getting their ass beat by OKC. Those are just the facts. If these dudes do not close out in Houston, they'll be flirting with the wrong side of history. Flirting with it. The Lakers better come with a better game plan. They better sharpen their skills, hone their skills, and they better prepare themselves for this next game, because they need to end this in Houston. They do not want to be going back to crypto for Game 7. They do not. Because I'm sure they're going to be playing desperate, but guess what? The Houston Rockets are going to be playing desperate too. And the Houston Rockets are going to be playing with house money, because all of the pressure is going to be on the Lakers. In fact, after this game, all of the pressure is already on the Lakers for Game 6. So, the Houston Rockets are going to be playing free and happy. They feel like they have nothing to lose. That's all I got to say about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Let me know what you think about it. Catch you on the next one. We out, baby.